Hi guys, welcome back to my mediocre YouTube channel. Today you will be witnessing me using oil paints for the first time in my life. I'm an acrylic girly. I've been painting with acrylics because they were the cheapest ones to get. That's what I had available back in the day. But now we have this upgrade because I got a lot of free oil paints from like Christmas gifts, people who just gave it away, Facebook Marketplace. So I have a bunch of oil paint now that I didn't have to pay for. So that is great to test them out because I found oil paints very intimidating because they are so expensive. So if you don't know what you're doing and you pay that much for something. But yeah, I got a bunch of gifts, so I'm very grateful that I have free oil paints to my usage, if that makes any sense. So yeah, let's get started. So we're starting off with a round canvas because I wanted a fisheye looking painting. The idea is me hanging above a camera or above the painting, if that makes sense, in a field of flowers. So looking up from a field of flowers. I sketch with colored pencil because that is less visible through the paint than a graphite pencil. So I use two different colors to see the difference between me and the flowers. This is the Van Gogh starter kit, I think. I got this from the people that I walk their dog from. It's a great way to start. I will switch between oil paints though, because I got another batch of somebody who passed away sadly, but had a lot of open tubes, so I wanted to use the open tubes before I used all of these. But the yellow is for my underpainting. I started off with going live on TikTok for the first time, so if you see me talk throughout this whole process, I'm doing a live and I don't know what I'm doing. It's not my forte. I don't know where to set the camera. I don't know how to do like a double camera so you see me and the painting, or so I see the screen. I don't understand how to do it. Either way, let's start with the underpainting. I did a very light wash of a yellow and then painted in darker spots where the darker spots needed to be, so I could see and that color would shine through all the paints. I think that's what I've heard. I don't know. I'm an artist, like I know how to paint and stuff, but I don't know anything of like the facts about paint. Let's start with an underlayer of the flowers. They're gonna be way lighter in the end, but I wanted to have them dark, so I knew where to start. Also, again, being live on TikTok, I used like a dark red, purpley, Bordeaux-ish, and then added some white on top for some of them. Just trying to get the shapes down. So I knew where the flowers would be, and so I could paint around that. Keep twisting and turning to get every angle of those flowers. Hell yeah. Here we started with the face. I started with the mouth because it has about the same colors as the flowers, and then I went and mixed some orange-like skin color to start for the base, and some red in the cheeks, and yeah, just getting that first layer down to see where everything goes. Then did a little bit of the sky. I started with blue, but I was gonna paint clouds over it. Yeah, the actual sky is blue, so I'ma just put that blue down and then start building on top of it to create clouds with like oranges and reds and pinks. Second layer of the face, trying to blend it all together, get like a light color more on the blue side because the yellow was making it very orange. I just kept going in and blending and rubbing it together so it created a nice smooth layer. I didn't want any patches at this point. Here we go for the clouds. Started with oranges and then making my way through with different colors. Just added layers on layers on layers. Dark blues are in there as well. I wanted to make the bottom a little bit lighter than the top. I just wanted it to look like a bit of a sunset kind of vibe. More darkness because the painting was too light now. We're adding just more color to bring it more to the front again. I was kind of going missing in the sky, so yeah. At this point, I'm kind of looking like a certain person in the White House. I didn't mean for this to happen, but that's probably because I chose a yellow base. Because I got really pinkish colors to go on top of this, but because of the yellow base, it just kept turning more orange and brown than I intended to. So I went back and forth between those pink/orange colors and blue layers. You'll see after this. I also made it a bit darker because then I could lighten it after again. Because these really shine through each layer, if that makes any sense. Like with each layer, you will still see the color underneath. So you really gotta go with your color theory, even though I never learned it in high school or in art school or anywhere. I just take the color wheel and look a bit at the opposites. You see here I'm going in with a lot of blue again to lighten the really orange parts. Because blue is the opposite of like yellow and orange. Like blues, purples and greens are like the opposites of that. If you want to bring that down, you gotta add the opposite. I don't know, I'm not a teacher, I don't know what I'm doing. That's just what I learned through myself. I didn't get any lessons on this or anything. It's just, yeah, what I've noticed. Also by dyeing hair, colors really get into that stuff. I just learned throughout life, okay? If you really want to know about color theory, I suggest you look it up on YouTube by people who know what they're talking about. Okay, then we're going with the hair. I didn't really know what to do because in the picture my hair is blue, obviously, because it's been taken a while ago, but I wanted it pink, and I also don't know how to do it in oil paint, so I just put the base layer down and we'll see later. Then the mouth, we gotta lighten that as well. See, I added another skin layer on top, like more pink again, and now we're adding more blue again. So yeah, it's really just building the layers until it comes out right. But I think this is a pretty decent looking skin color right now. Oh no, we're adding blue again. Never mind. And after this I will add another pink layer again, but I forgot to film that, so if it looks different in the next cut, that's why. But yeah, you just gotta keep it stacking. And now it looks pretty decent. It looks like a skin color and not like an orange. Okay, the eyes. I don't know if I'm good at eyes. I think so. I do my best. I'm not good at like very detailed eyes. Like if you get a big painting of one eyeball, like the iris and stuff, I don't know how to do that. But if they're small enough, like this painting, I think I'm pretty good at making them look realistic. Again, don't know what I'm doing, just doing my best. Adding the eyeliner and the lashes. Oops, messed that one up. I'll fix it later, don't worry. Left a little stain there. Now I'm bringing more texture into the skin and shadows and highlights, but like very softly. I don't want them to stand out too much. I just want them to be there enough to trick your brain into seeing this not 2D, if you know what I mean. It is, but I want to make it look like it's a person and not just like a flat picture. Here we're going with the lips, very detailed. I think I got the lips down a bit with colors and highlights and shadows. I've been practicing those a lot through the years, and I think I'm confident enough with where I got with them. I think they look pretty decent. Maybe some more shadows on the inside, I don't know. Doing my best. We're adding highlights. I'm adding white on top of the flowers, but you can still see what I painted before. So I'm gonna use that as my reference to build the colors up again, because I didn't really like the colors. They were really flat. So yeah, adding white to get like a bit of a new canvas, but still see the shapes. Going again. More colors, more details. Once I got that down, the basics of that, I started painting the stems. Stems? Is that the word? I don't know, you see what I'm doing. I just started with a dark green and then started building other colors on top of it, like light greens and browns. So it also started looking more real because it looked very cartoonish when I first did a whole circle of dark green. So adding highlights, browns, and we're getting there. I wanted them to branch out a little bit because I saw a bunch of these flowers have like tiny branched out leaves, or it's not really leaves, it's just like little, I don't know, you get what I mean. I started with a little spatula, but that didn't work as well, so then I just added them with a tiny brush, also adding them in dark green and then going over with different colors so it looked a bit more full. Then on the hair, adding more highlights and shadows as well, and more colors, because I really didn't know what I was doing. I found the hair really hard, also because I'm looking down, so it's not a natural way of laying, if that makes any sense. It's like being pulled down next to my face towards the point of view, and I don't know how to do that, so I tried my best to make it look like it was falling towards where you see it, because if you stand up it falls down to your shoulders, or if you hang upside down it falls down above your head. But this one went next to my face downwards, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I did what I could. There's a first time for anything and everything, so yeah, did my best. More details on the flowers, more highlights on the face. These highlights really brought it together. It really started popping life into it. But that's usually, it's my favorite step. Every time I add the highlights, I'm like, wow, it looks amazing. So I added them everywhere, also on the flowers, also on the arm, on anything visible. Just started adding white. Here we are adding the white to the flowers, and you can see it immediately makes it better. It just becomes so realistic just with a little hint of white, and I love it so much. Oh, I love it so much. I think it turned out great. I wanted it to have this fisheye effect, which I think I did well. I do feel like something is missing, so there might come another video where I add something. I haven't varnished it or anything, but I really like how it turned out. I'm very proud of myself. You can hang it any way you want, because it's literally round. The thing is, it's a blessing and a curse to work with oil paints, because it has pros but also cons, like any material. The pros are the colors are just beautiful. It's really easy to blend. It's good to blend. Sometimes it's good that it doesn't dry that fast, because you can still blend where you need to, where with acrylics you have to work fast if you want to blend it, alright? Or you have to go in like very watery layers so you can blend the colors. But with this, blending, perfect. The cons is also that it doesn't dry very fast, because with acrylics you can just do your layer, then it's already dry, you can put your other layer. While with this, if you have finished a layer and you don't want it to blend, or you want to put something over it, you will have to wait a couple days till it dries, because otherwise it just blends into each other, and sometimes that's not what you want. So I'll say I did like working with the oil paints, but it's also very hard if you come from acrylics, because like you saw, the face was very colored like a certain president. And I was able to fix it to put blue layers on top, and then my skin tone on top, and then a blue layer again, and that's how I fixed it. Now I don't look that orange. It does take a lot of time for me personally to work with these oil paints. It forces you to be patient. It forces you to wait until something dries. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, let me know if you want to see more oil paintings. Right now I'm gonna go a bit more into little crafts because I got something very cool coming that I'm very excited about in April. So till then I won't be able to make a big painting, but yeah, let me know if you would like to see more. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, maybe go to my main channel as well if you would like to see that. And I'll see you in the next artsy video. Goodbye!